Bree, I went ahead and planned out our trip to stay at an inclusive resort nearby, so both you and my son can stop worrying about where to go now.
What?
Every year, we make sure to plan a trip out to take my grandkids and everyone somewhere, right? And this year, we will all be going to this resort that I was recommended to, and it's all inclusive and has a water park. I made the reservations for the last weekend in July, so please be ready to go by that time. This place is pretty expensive, and it rarely ever has any rooms open for reservation in the summer, so I think you all are really going to enjoy this trip.
Holly? Normally, we always decide where to go for summer vacation based off where the kids want to go. So you going and reserving a place for everyone without asking my husband or I... That wasn't very smart of you.
Excuse me? Are you trying to say that you don't like what I've done by planning this trip to that resort out for us?
I'm not trying to be rude about it or anything. It's just, this year my husband and I had something else in mind for summer vacation.
You had other plans in mind? Then you go ahead and change those plans so that they match up with this resort vacation I've made.
What? Well, about that...
I went ahead and got us all a reservation at a very famous resort that is otherwise fully booked for the summer. I was lucky enough to look at the website just at the right time when someone else had canceled their reservation. And so there is no way I'll be able to change my plans on my end. So you figure things out on your end and do not ruin this for me. Now, go ahead and tell Patrick and my grandkids about the new plan that have been made, please.
Patrick, sorry for texting you while you're busy with work, but do you have a second to talk with me?
Hey, Bree. What's going on?
Your mom. She went ahead and reserved us a trip at the resort without even asking any of us first.
Huh?
She told me that she got the reservation for a really expensive resort during the last weekend in July, and had been lucky enough to get the days that someone else ended up canceling. And now she's told me that we have to be available for that trip and can't have any other plans.
Wait. Are you serious? Now she's gone ahead and thrown a wrench on our plans.
I didn't know how to tell her that she made a huge mistake, so I just said that you and I had other things in mind for summer break.
Unfortunately, my mom isn't that smart of a person to understand what you were saying.
She told me to change all of her plans around then, and make the resort vacation our top priority.
I see. I'd always been wanting to tell her to stop coming along with us and the kids on our summer trips, but now she's gone ahead and jumped the gun. I thought we were finally going to be able to avoid her by setting up our own plans during a different time period, but...
Well, what should we do now? We had plans around that last weekend in July, yet now her plans have gotten us in the way.
I know. Let me have a word with my uncle about this first.
Good idea. I think you should be the first person she should talk with.
And just to be safe, I'm going to let the kids know that no matter what they hear from their grandma about her plans, they are to only stick to what we have planned.
I'll let them know that as well. We need to make sure there isn't any more confusion here. Holly, good morning. We are going to be leaving our house right now. We will be at the station in about 10 minutes or so, and then once we've picked you up, we will get on the interstate and head south.
All right, good. I'm already at the station and have been waiting. By the way, who is the one driving?
I'm driving.
I see. Then please make your way over here as fast as you possibly can.
Patrick, how's your mom doing? I just came out of the rest stop with some snacks and drinks for everyone. And I thought that you guys would be back from the restrooms by now.
About her? She's been talking my ear off over here about how we should have taken the bus instead of having you drive. And she's complaining about how she thinks your driving is too dangerous and that it's going to get us all killed.
But she was the one that asked us to drive all the way out in one day. If she didn't like the idea of us driving this long and having me be the driver, Then she should have planned things out a bit more.
She's also been going on about how you're my wife, yet you don't seem to be very thoughtful of anyone.
I'm sure that's because I'm not listening to her right now. Because I'm focused on the plans we have made.
She's been so dang annoying that I just walked away from her and I'm going to join the kids over at the playground.
Well, I'm going to grab one more drink from the inside, and then I'll be ready to go again.
Bree, you no longer have to come back to the car now. What? Once my son and the grandkids are at the back of the car, we are going to be heading out and on our way to the resort.
But that would mean you'd leave me behind here.
That reservation I made at the resort we're going to is only meant for 4 people.
What? But there is 5 of us here together, right?
Oh, Jesus. You really aren't that great at taking any hints, are you? I'm saying that I never reserved a room for you at the resort. You are just our driver, and that's all you are. But we are going to be using this car to make it to the rest of the way, and to drive around the area, so you will have to walk all the way back home.
Walk all the way back home? You do realize that we are on the side of the interstate, in the middle of nowhere pretty much, and it would be close to 170 miles before I make it back to my house.
Well then, you'd better figure something out by yourself now.
Then what about the car and who will be driving it? Holly, the last time I heard, you had your driver's license taken away from you, right? Which means you can't drive now.
But I still have Patrick here with me. Well, since you're aware of the new plan right now, you can take your things and head home.
What? All right then. Patrick, have you made it back to the car yet?
Not yet, actually. I'm still hanging around the playground with the kids. They've both been having a blast playing here, so I've taken a seat on one of the benches and I'm eating my sandwich. I also got myself a Coke, so I'm drinking that with it.
Then we're going to have to talk about a change of plans that have occurred. I'll come over to you right now and we can figure things out.
What? What's happened?
I just got a text from your mom telling me all some pretty crazy things. She told me that she only made reservations for 4 people at that resort.
Huh? But there are 5 of us heading there right now, yet she only reserved for 4 people?
The reason why she did that is because from the very beginning, she's planning on enjoying the resort with you and only the grandkids. I have driven us all the way out here and we're only another hour or so from the resort. But now she's telling me to walk myself all the way back home.
Are you kidding me?
You're so close to the resort now and currently at a rest stop. Which isn't the easiest place to walk back home from. I didn't think I'd have to deal with her bullying me like this just yet, and was hoping we could all make it to our destination first.
Guess we have no choice now with her. Did she even have a clue that once I found out about this, along with the kids, we'd all be on your side and want you to come along?
I wonder if she even thought that far ahead.
I doubt she did, and that's why she told you to pretty much screw off and find your own way back home. Wait a sec. There isn't anyone else that can drive the car, right?
Right? When your mom just had told me to go home, I was thinking in my head that I'm only the one who can drive the car. I kind of wanted to ask who would be driving instead of me, but she beat me to that question and gave me an answer. She thinks you're driving. So I just went along with that answer and didn't really say much else.
Unfortunately, this isn't a joke, because who would actually be able to drive us the rest of the way to that resort now?
Well, you, right?
No way, no how. I told you this isn't a joke. My license was taken away from me, just like my mom's, and so there's no way I'm risking getting behind that wheel.
That's exactly right. But I think your mom forgot all about when that happened to you. Which is strange, because that didn't happen too long ago.
Now that you mention it, though, she was talking to her neighbors a couple of weeks ago when I was at her place, and she was telling them about how I'd be driving. I thought she just had things backwards and meant to say to them that you'd be driving, but...
Well, had she remembered that you can't drive right now, she probably would have had me drive us all the way there, and then told me to leave once you guys got checked in.
That is very true, sadly.
You are still over by the playground eating and taking a break on that bench, right? I'm going to come over there right now. Can you call the kids over so that the 4 of us can talk about what should we be doing now?
Sounds good. See you in a sec.
Bree, you come back here right now.
What do you want now?
I'm telling you to come back here right now, and I don't want any questions. And while you're on your way back here, you text your husband and tell him that it is not a problem for you to drive us the rest of the way.
I'm sorry, but that's not happening.
Why come? Just turn around and come back here and everything will be fine.
There was a bus leaving the rest stop that I hopped on, and it will be taking me all the way back home.
What? A bus?
It's technically illegal to be walking on the side of the interstate due to the high levels of danger that come with it. And so, buses are usually running on them for a long-distance trip like these. I don't want to be questioned by the police and have to pay a fine for walking out there, so I paid a little extra for the bus ticket.
I don't care about any of that, though. Right now, there is nobody here who can drive this car. I told Patrick that I forced you to go home, so he'd be the one having to drive us the rest of the way. And that's when he turned to me and said he cannot drive. I was totally thinking that he had a driver's license and would be able to take us all. I don't have my license either anymore, so you are the only one who can drive out of the three of us that can drive now.
Don't worry, because Patrick and the kids are on this bus with me.
What?
They came back to get all their things out of the car, and that's when you were able to talk with them again about me. But after that, he took the kids and went on one last bathroom break, right? Well, they actually used that chance to get on this bus with me before it took off.
Then all four of you come back here right now. I am telling you that you are allowed to come back here and drive us now, so there's no reason for you to still be riding that bus back home.
But the thing is, we are currently on the interstate and going 75 miles per hour.
Huh?
We have already gone about 15 miles now, so there's no way we can get off until the next stop, and that's maybe another 30 miles away?
You all hold it right there. What about the car? You know that I can't be the one to drive it.
I know that. And as a side note, I currently have the key to the car with me. Don't worry about a thing.
How am I not supposed to be worried about any of this?
The car can stay there as long as we need it to, so we'll be back for it soon. You just have to wait there another 30 minutes or so, and a bus will come take you to the rest of the way to that resort. So please, enjoy your trip there with the rest of those guests on the bus.
Huh?
Also, if you have anything else you'd like to say, please talk with your son about it because I'm going to take a nap here. Goodbye now.
Hey, Patrick, what the hell is going on here?
So it appears that Uncle Ray and the crew have arrived to pick you up?
Huh? So you knew about what's all been going on here?
Well, I've heard quite a bit about it. And just to let you know this now, even though it's totally unrelated, I'm going overseas for a while to work.
What?
I'll be over there for 2 to 3 years, so I'll be bringing the kids and Bree along with me to find a house over there. And today is the day we move out of the house and fly out.
What did you just say? I never heard anything about all of this from you before.
The plan was to talk with you about all of this in the lobby of the resort once we had arrived there.
Huh? At the resort?
And the whole reason that Uncle Ray is there picking you up now is because the original plan was to have him come out to the resort to see us. But, Mom, you went and made reservations for only 4 people on purpose, with the intent of leaving Bree behind, right? You went and told Bree all about that when we had parked at the rest area, and said that she was not going to be able to stay with us. And then you told her to walk home all by herself because we'd be taking the car. You used the guise of a very fun family vacation to an all-inclusive resort to harass my wife by sending her away just before we made it to the resort. Did you think that I wouldn't be upset about something like that when I found out?
About that. Every year I try and ask for us to go to a place that I want to go to, but Bree always picks on me by saying that it's not my choice and lets her kids decide.
Did you know that it's me who has been suggesting no to all your suggestions?
Huh?
I know that all you're going to do when you get to the trip you want is complain about how it'll be better without Bree, like you've always done when we go on trips. That's why I told her to leave the plans up to what the kids want to do, because they will choose to go to places that you can't keep up with us at, like amusement parks and hiking adventures.
How dare you do that to me?
And how dare you pick on my wife all the time like that?
I am not bullying her. I'm disciplining her.
If this was all taking place within the company, you will be sent to HR for harassing another employee by forcing them to have to walk 170 miles back home.
What?
Anyhow, we have a flight tonight out of this country.
You hold it right there. If you all leave, then what am I going to do? Your father is already long gone now, and without you and the grandkids, then I'll be all by myself.
And that's the exact reason why I asked Uncle Ray to come out and see you.
What?
We planned to leave you at that resort after telling you about us moving, and so I wanted him there to stay with you in our place. Now, if you have anything to complain about, you can talk with your brother about it.
Patrick!
With that, it's time to say goodbye.
Wait! Patrick!
Uncle Ray, the man that my husband and I got help from, happens to be Holly's older brother. As for what happened at a rest stop when we left Holly in our car we made sure to tell Uncle Ray that the car is his now. So we gave him the spare keys to it before we even started driving out to the resort. So that car is in his hands now. After their stay at the resort, Holly and Uncle Ray both went back to his house where Holly would be staying from now on. And in an attempt to run away, Holly took the keys to our car from his house and started it up. She was able to get out onto the street, but as she approached the first stop sign, she mixed up the brake pedal and the gas pedal and accelerated right into the back of a truck. She only sustained minor injuries that wouldn't cause her much trouble, and she was sent back home from the hospital that same day. But since that car belonged to Uncle Ray now, he was not happy with her at all for destroying it and forced her to pay him for the car since it was completely totaled. This was her first year of getting Social Security too, so all of that went right into Uncle Ray's pocket. She now has to start working part-time in order to get any money to support herself, and she can say goodbye to having a laid-back and relaxing life in her old age. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Goodbye!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time!
Sam? Are you really going to be staying with your father after all of this is over with?
What? What do you want now out of all times? You're annoying me. If I were to go with you, the housewife, then I'd be left to a life of misery and no money. I can tell you, you don't know how to support yourself on your own, so there is no way you'll be able to care for me too. I want to make it all the way to college and be able to get a master's at some point. And before then, when I start going to high school, I want to be able to wear the nicest clothing and go out to really fancy cafes with all of my popular friends. I am also wanting to get myself one of the coolest men in the school to become my boyfriend, and with that, a lot of money too. So after thinking about all the things I want, I decided that I'd be going with Dad and his really cute and young girlfriend. She happens to run her own bar even, so she has to have a lot of money as well. And she told me that if I allow her to marry Dad, she's going to give me an allowance of $500 a month. That's a way better deal than whatever a useless woman like you could do for me.
So those are your reasons for wanting to go with your father after this divorce?
Well, of course. Also, I had been the one talking with Dad about how I wanted him to wait on getting this divorce until I had turned 15.
What?
Being 14 years or younger, there was a very high chance that you could get custody of me in the divorce, and neither Dad or I wanted that to happen. So I asked Dad to wait until I turned 15, so I could choose who I wanted to go with.
And while you guys had been waiting, your father was cheating on me with that other girl?
That's right, and I love thinking about how she'll become my cool new mom. So please stop asking me if I'm sure I want to be with her more than you. By the way, hurry up and leave us already. Starting tonight, my new mom is going to be coming to this house and will start to live here with Dad and I. Her name is Ellie, by the way. And we both don't want her to run into Dad's ex-wife on her first day here. I'd feel bad for her if that happened.
I'm leaving, Sam.
Then, make it quick. Dad already took full custody of me because that's what I wanted. So you're not even my mom anymore. Which means you can't talk to me anymore like one.
I wasn't trying to. Sam, I was just trying to help you out here. After realizing that this whole time, your grandma had been tricking you into thinking that I'm a bad person.
I listened to her because she would buy me anything I wanted if I listened. And she's a lot nicer than you.
And that's the reason why I wanted to check with you one last time before I go. I had this feeling deep down that maybe you didn't want what your grandma was telling you, and that perhaps you still wanted to be my daughter. But after this conversation, it is clear to me that you don't want me anymore. That's too bad. At least now I know that I have no longer have to worry about you, since you don't want that from me. Thank you very much. Now I feel a little bit better about all of this.
Huh?
Goodbye forever, my ex-daughter.
Congratulations on being married to my dad for a year. Today you're going out with him for you guys' anniversary, right? Have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much, Curtis. I really wish you could have come along with us tonight. If it wasn't for you agreeing that your dad is getting married to me, then something like tonight would never be happening between him and I.
I really like that you want to invite me out with you both, but this is your guys' anniversary, and I don't want to be there as a third wheel.
You think you'd become a third wheel? Then, how about in a couple of days, the three of us could go out and have a casual dinner?
That would be awesome. Seriously, Mom, thank you so much for becoming my mother.
Why are you being so open with me about this?
I'm sure you want to know why a 24-year-old man like me is being so squishy right now. But my real mother passed away back when I was only 1 year old. And ever since then, my dad has been taking care of me on his own, while never even bothering to find someone else. He's been without a woman in his life for over 20 years now. And yet he finally ran into someone who opened his eyes again. And that was you. At the cafeteria in you guys' office building, right? And did you know, he came to me after the first time he laid his eyes on you, asking me for advice with women? He told me he had no clue what to do about you, and how to ask you out.
I never knew that. Something like that could really happen?
Well, considering my dad would rarely ever go to the cafeteria since he's a CEO, he sort of asked me to go and talk with you some in his place, since I'm in there almost every day. He even started asking me to come up with a plan for him to use in order to get you to go on a date.
Does that mean the idea of reserving a table closest to where I was working for the CEO to have lunch was...
That's right. And that was all my idea. I knew that by having my dad sit down close to where you had to work in the cafeteria, you would be forced to talk with him and him with you.
Curtis, wow.
We made sure to do all of this with the help of the secretary and some of my dad's closest friends there. One of them being the HR director, and we asked if it would be okay to do something like that in the hopes of getting my dad and you to talk. And he told us that he'd let it happen. Normally, it would be inappropriate for the CEO to be trying for a relationship inside the workplace, but everyone knew how lonely my dad had been and that he really needed someone. So in the end, we had everyone helping my dad out.
I found it a bit crazy that within 3 months of talking to the CEO, I was already going out on dates with him and stuff after work. Wow. You all did so much for the both of us.
Please keep the fact that I was behind all of this a secret, please.
What? I wonder if I can keep this a secret or not.
What? I'm not sure how I feel about you right now. Please don't say anything to anyone about all that, please. My dad would get very upset if he heard that I was talking again.
That's a good point. Well, it really is all because of you that your dad and I are so happy. So I suppose I will keep my mouth shut about everything you've told me today.
Please, Mom, please!
If I don't start leaving the house soon, I will miss my appointment.
What? Oh, it's already that time of day. Have a good time, Mom.
Thank you, and I'll talk to you later.
Mama, are you doing all right?
What?
This is Sam. Your daughter, Sam? Just the other day I saw you going into and sitting down at that super fancy French restaurant with another man. I was wondering what the heck was going on there, and so I started to ask around a little bit. And that's when I learned that you got married to the CEO of a tech firm. The fact that you were able to land a money bag like that at the age of 45 is amazing, Mama. I'll come back and be your cute little daughter again for you, so please give me $20,000. So, when can you and I meet?
I was wondering what you wanted to talk to me about. Do you really think that I just have some large amount of money like $20,000 sitting around?
Huh?
And even if I did have that kind of money on me right now, I wouldn't be giving it to some stranger for absolutely no reason. You have to have a very good reason for asking something like that, but I don't think you do.
What? I have a reason, though. A great reason, as a matter of fact. It's the best reason you're going to hear.
I doubt that.
I just told you that your daughter, who you haven't seen, is willing to meet you again and become your cute little girl once more, right? And for that reason, I would like you to give me $20,000. Kind of like a payment for my services to you. I'm sure as my mom, you'd be more than happy to listen to what I'm asking and give me that money, right?
5 years ago.
Huh?
You told me that you chose to have your father's girlfriend, Allie, as your new mother, right? So ever since that divorce, I have never been your mother. And there is nothing that would make me become your mother again now.
Ah, you're talking about that. Well, all of that never happened. Never. I take back everything I said to you then.
And why is that?
Because Dad and Allie ended up getting divorced. That bar I told you Allie had been running, well, she wasn't that great of a business owner, and so after only a few years it went bankrupt and she lost the bar. And that meant the $500 a month that she promised me before was no longer coming. At that point, I realized I really couldn't use her anymore. Grandma also ended up passing away last year, so the only person ever giving me money is Dad. It's not even that much each month, so I'm tired of relying on him too. That's when I found out that you found yourself a really good ATM and now living large. Right? That's why if you give me $20,000 right now, I will come out and see you and start being your cute little daughter again. And from then on, I'll let you see me whenever you want. Heck, I'll even come out and move in with you if you'd like.
Hold on, I have to go.
Hey, don't start getting too cocky now, you little brat.
What? Mama?
I'll tell you this right now. I took her phone for a little bit, so that means you're not talking to your mom at the moment.
Then who are you?
I'm your mama's stepson, after she married my dad a year ago.
Huh? Oh, is that so? I guess it's not that strange for someone the age of that CEO to have a kid or two by now, so, how old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
And I am 20 years old. Which makes you my older brother then. Which is just crazy to me because I've never had any siblings before. Nice to meet you, big brother.
I told you to stop acting like such a cocky brat.
Huh? You should be treating me like a little princess right now since I'm your little sister. But you're saying that to me?
I was already told that you're not my mom's daughter. So don't even think for a second more that you were related to me in any way.
But... You can't start calling a young woman a brat like that. And it's not like you and I have ever met one another yet.
Looks to me like you have no idea who I am then.
I've never met you in my life, so of course I have no idea who you are, idiot.
I'm Curtis.
What?
My name is Curtis.
Oh, wait. No freaking way. There's no way you're the Curtis who used to be working as a store manager at Allie's bar, right?
Sorry to say, but that's me. And you picked on me so much at that job that I could probably file a claim against you for verbally harassing me there. Calling me a lowlife for only being raised by a single father, and saying I had no chance in life because my mom died when I was only 1. I'm that Curtis.
Oh, wait, what the heck is going on here? You've been the son of a CEO this whole time? And right now you're the son of the CEO that my mom married?
I'm just as shocked as you are right now. I never thought that someone as kind-hearted and open-minded as Megan would have such an audacious and annoying daughter as you. Well, from what she was telling me, her twisted mother-in-law at the time had been feeding you lies about your mom and spoiling you at the same time. So I guess I can see how you turned out like such a selfish brat.
Hey! I don't care who you are to me. You're saying too much.
Well, if you don't want to hear anything else from me, then scram. Leave my mom alone and go find someone else to try leeching off of.
What? But what about $20,000 that she's going to be giving me?
And from what she said, she doesn't want to meet you ever again, so you're not getting that money.
Huh?
In other words, that $20,000 you were asking her for in exchange for meeting up with her again isn't going to do you any good.
But I need that money.
Why do you need something like $20,000 so badly?
Because I freaking needed it. Give me back to my mom right now and let me talk to her about this.
You really think that she's going to be willing to give a whiny little brat like you that kind of money?
Of course she will be. No matter what, I am still her cute little daughter after all.
You really have come all the way back to the same person you asked your dad to cheat on, and then leave so that you can get $500 per month from your dad's girlfriend to help you now? I know what you need that $20,000 for, Sam. You need it in order to help your dad pay off that settlement he's been asking for by Allie, after she found out your dad was cheating on her with another woman at that bar.
What?
I heard all about this from one of my previous coworkers who had been working there with me before.
Don't tell me you told my mom about that.
Sorry, but she knows. I started to learn about how you had been going around asking about my mom and who her husband is. Knowing that you were nothing but bad news for all of us here, I spoke with my dad about what I had learned about your dad at that bar, and he gave me the green light to tell my mom about everything that's been going on.
What the hell are you doing?
I would like to ask you that goddamn same thing. Megan has finally found herself smiling again after she was able to marry my dad and become part of my family. If you continue to pester my mom and get in the way of her relationship to my dad, I will not go easy on you. Understood?
What the hell?
There was still something I was left questioning after that day, and that was me wondering why Sam came to me out of all people asking to give her $20,000 to help her pay her dad's settlement. And well, as it turns out, that her dad ended up getting that other woman pregnant while he was cheating on Allie. And all of his family cut ties to him for that. And that means there is nobody left for Sam to rely on now, either for help. Both her and her dad are working tirelessly every single day in order to get that money so that the settlement can be paid off. And my goodness, that must suck. I do feel a little bad that she has to go through all of that instead of going to college, but I'm not going to help her any. Luckily, both my husband and my stepson have agreed with me in saying I was right to not give her any money, and that she needs to learn to take responsibility for her actions, and one way or another. I have been asked plenty of times since then why I didn't help her out when she is my blood-related daughter, and to this day I tell them that she is not my family. And that has left me wondering, what is the true meaning of family? Do you always have to call somebody related to you by blood family, or can you cut them out of your life and truly view them as a stranger? I'm not going to think too deeply into all of that, as I'm not sure there is a single good answer to that, and instead, I'm going back to my current loving family. The family that treats me with the same respect that I treat them with. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.